Don't stop.
Thinking about tomorrow.
Don't stop living just to do your banking. With Trustmark, you have the freedom to bank whenever and wherever you want. With online options to pay bills and friends, make deposits, and more, the freedom is yours today and tomorrow. Trustmark. People you trust. Advice that works.
Quality, integrity, and excellence. Kinkade's Fine Clothing, Old Town Square, Ridgeland.
Bank Plus is always in your corner with business services you might not expect, like fraud prevention and ransomware protection. We're already on it. Bank Plus stays a step ahead to get you where you want to go, whether that's into a new home or out into the world. This isn't transactional banking. It's transformational. Bank Plus, a partner in your corner, in business and the business of life.
In Madison, we believe in faith, family, and community.
From the excitement of the game to the spotlight of the stage, from classrooms filled with learning to the quiet strength of our students, Madison's spirit shines bright.
As businesses grow and young leaders emerge, we celebrate their journey.
The future of Madison, the city that prayer is building, shines brighter because of you.
We love you.
We love you, and we will always stand behind our Jags.
Jonathan Adcock here with head football coach Toby Collins on our Coaches Show, brought to you by Kinkade's Fine Clothing. Coach, feels like we finally got over the hump a little bit Friday night in Starkville, and so many guys in that game who stood out. Trip Smith, over 250 yards of passing. Michael Steven, almost 200 yards on the ground. Corey Wiggins was all over the place on defense. The Moore boys at the cornerbacks making all kind of plays. A huge interception by Will Shoemate to kind of set us up at the end. And then Rossi Beavers with the clutch kick to win the game. So just talk a little bit about last Friday night and what that meant to you, the guys, the program, and that win we really, really needed.
Well, first off, it feels good to be on that side of it. Finally after a couple of weeks, we talked a little bit last week. Now we're 9 games in, 7 out of the 9 have been one possession games, and to be able to go out and finish a game off the way we did in dramatic style, even after all the adversity that we hit throughout the game with the special teams woes on punt. We got one blocked and a scoop and score there. We had a bad snap and then couldn't handle the snap there. They got a short field, a couple of interceptions, but the funny thing is, I had somebody stand on the sideline and came to me after the game and said, your kids never flinched. I mean, they never got down, they never got too high or whatever. They just kept playing the game, and that's what it's all about. And I think being in this situation as many times as we have, our kids just expect to go out and make that play, even though we haven't in times past. But they know the game's going to come down to maybe one possession, and we just got to make a play.
It's senior night in the jungle tonight. 20-plus seniors on the roster, many of whom contribute on the field every Friday night, or in this case Thursday night, all of whom contribute in some kind of way in the locker room as teammates, scout team, all of those kind of things. So just talk a little bit about what those seniors have meant to this program over the last few years.
Well, it's a very special night for them because, it's a culmination of being in the program for as long as these guys have been in, and they've seen a lot of good football. They've had some really good times, some down times, and to be able to go out and celebrate those guys, it's a very unique and special occasion to go out and honor the seniors, not just the football team, but the cheer, the dance, the band, everybody that's affiliated with a Friday night, being able to celebrate them, and just like I said, bringing kind of their, we're not saying that their high school career is over, but we're talking about this is kind of towards the end of it, and just getting a chance to celebrate them.
Yeah. We'll talk more about tonight's game with Clinton when we come back after this timeout here on the MC Big Blue Network and WOAD.
How many choices? Over 2,000 vehicles in stock. It's the largest selection of vehicles in Mississippi. 6 brands, 6 locations, just one click. GrayDaniels.com. Find all your favorite brands in one location. Every color, every style, all at legendary low prices. Log on to GrayDaniels.com today. Proudly owned and operated by McClarty Automotive Group, where car buying has and always will be about you.
Few know these hands, hands that beat the sun to work and greet the rising moon. Herculean hands of stone skin and weather palms. These are hands inclined to plant, till, and toil in the soil. Few hands clock 80 hours a week. Fewer still find more time to hold, hug, and love their family. These hands feed the world, but you may not recognize them because few know these hands.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call State Farm agent Robin Covington in Madison today.
Jonathan Adcock back with Madison Central head football coach Toby Collins on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Kinkade's Fine Clothing. Senior night's not the only unusual part of tonight. It's a Thursday night game, not a Friday, and it's probably one of those kind of Thursdays that's going to feel like a Friday. So how does having the game one day earlier in the week kind of change up what you guys do throughout the week and just how you plan and get ready for tonight's game?
Well, it makes things go faster throughout the week because, I mean, you got one less day of preparation. Playing on Thursday night, I'm not a big fan of playing on Thursday nights. I just think you're supposed to play high school football on Friday nights. But it's mandated by the MHSAA. We've got to do it. Both teams have, they got the same amount of preparation. So, came in on Sunday, broke down the opponent, kind of went back and looked at some things that we've done well over the last few weeks, some things we haven't done so well. We've tweaked some things offensively and defensively, which we do, a little bit each week. But the Thursday night thing is, like I said, it creates a little bit more stress, but at least it's on the back end of your season. You're not playing a Thursday night game early on, and you're losing a day of preparation. So, it's one of those things that we're both going through. So I expect it to be a really good football game.
That win last week makes tonight's game even more important. We've got a chance to earn a 3 seed with a win, but it won't be easy. Clinton's got a really good team. They're a young team playing a lot of sophomores, kind of like we are, and they're playing for a playoff spot themselves tonight. And so what do you see from those guys on film, and what do we have to do well to have a chance to win the game?
Well, I think we're very similar football teams. Like you said, both young, graduated a lot of seniors from last year. We're in the same situation. We're playing for a playoff spot. But defensively, they're really good on defense. Defensive line, it seems like every week we're playing a defensive lineman that is very disruptive, and the same this week. Their second level and third level are very good defensively, and then offensively, very similar to us, very young on that side of the football, and trying to create first downs. And they've been solid all year long. We're going to have to do a really good job on both sides of the ball. Obviously trying to limit them being able to run the football. Their offense being able to run the football. On the flip side of that, we need to establish the run, which I think was key to last week winning against Starkville, was we were able to run the football and sustain drives and had some explosive plays. So we've got to limit their explosive plays. We've got to create some on our own and just, hopefully, have a chance right there at the end to win the game again.
Sure. Coach Collins, thank you so much for joining us. Up next, we'll hear from senior tight end Eli Bowen right after this timeout on the MC Big Blue Network and WOAD.
What does it mean to be a Blazer? It means standing on a strong foundation of Christian principles.
It means playing with integrity, on and off the field. It means commitment to a mission.
A goal. Finding your purpose.
We come from different backgrounds.
But here, we're a unit.
A team. So what are you waiting for? Come learn with us.
Come grow with us.
Come win with us. Belhaven University.
Professional Eye Care Associates has a large variety of designer eyewear for all your needs. Whether it's bifocals, specialty lenses for sports and hunting, or help with long hours of computer work, we can take care of you. If you prefer contact lenses, our professionals will guide you to ensure your best vision and optimal comfort through the variety of premium contact lens options available in our office. Call Professional Eye Care Associates to schedule an appointment to improve your vision today. 5 locations to serve you: Brandon, Canton, Madison, Ridgeland, and Yazoo City.
I'm Neil Davidson, the clearing manager at Methodist Outpatient Bloodstadt. We're an extension of Methodist Rehab, who's been the leading experts in this area for the last 50 years. We love being a part of and serving the people of Madison County. At our clinic, we offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. Our ultimate goal is to help the people of our community feel better so that they can live better. Here's to a great school year. Go Jags!
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a champ, forget about X's and O's. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Jonathan Adcock back with Madison Central senior tight end Eli Bowen on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Kinkade's Fine Clothing. Eli, thank you so much for joining us. We've played a lot of close games this season, but last Friday night we finally kind of got over the hump. I know it had to be frustrating some through the course of the season, and had to feel like, man, finally we won a close game. So just talk about what it was like to be on the sideline, in the locker room, on the bus, those kind of things after a big win like that.
Yeah, I mean, the energy was to the max, and going into the week, we preached we can beat them. You just got to bring energy, you got to compete. You can't take any plays off, and getting that big win really helped with the momentum and going into, our last game this week, and going into playoffs.
Yeah. So you're a senior, you've been around a while, which means, hey, there's kind of an expectation that you kind of set the example, you be a leader for the younger guys. So just tell us a little bit about what you do, maybe in the locker room, on the sideline, on the field, just to kind of set that example and be a leader for the younger guys.
One big thing that I love to do is compete. That's a Madison Central must-have. If you come into this program, you got to compete off season, during season, and everything you do. So just, competing with everybody, bringing energy, that's how I like to be a role model to everybody.
Love it. We got a home game tonight, and when you're at home, you see all the people in the tailgate area. You walk around there before the game, and all the little kids are wanting a high five from you as you get ready to take the field. And you're playing with a whole bunch of guys who you've gone to school with for a long time. You've grown up around them and their families, played other sports with them, all that kind of stuff. So just talk to us a little bit about what it's like to play for Madison Central and kind of have that feeling where, man, you got like the support of the whole community and that kind of thing on a Friday night, or in this case, a Thursday night.
I think that's what makes Madison Central so different from all these other football programs, and these good ones too, is our community. I have people coming up to me if I wear a Madison Central hoodie or anything like that in the grocery store, like, oh, who y'all play this weekend? Yeah. You got to do good, you got to win, Y'all got some good players over there. Y'all always got a good squad. So I think that's what really sets Madison Central apart from everybody else.
Sure. You're involved in other areas on campus here at Madison Central too, including being a part of the FCA leadership team. So just tell us a little bit why FCA is important to you, and how your faith kind of plays a part in everyday life, whether that's being a student or an athlete or going to a job, going home to your family, in all those areas.
I think FCA is one of the better things that's done here at Madison Central, and my faith is the most important thing that I have in my life. It's my purpose. Hence the hoodie. It's my purpose, and FCA is a platform for that, along with other sports, and it just kind of helps me get my Friday right, get my game day right, going into that, just starting off with God and going out and having the rest of the day to focus on Him.
Sure. I know academics is something that's also important to you and in your family and that kind of thing. So how do you kind of handle and juggle the pressures of, hey, I'm trying to succeed academically and athletically both at the same time?
I mean, there's some days when I'm getting home, and I gotta finish this or I gotta finish that before I can even get to anything else. There's some nights to where it's just straight from practice to working or studying or, finishing a paper. So I'd say it's a pretty good balance. Some days it's a lot, but not a lot of the times.
During your time at MC, is there a game that stands out as like the most memorable or the most fun? Like one of those games that's like, man, I'm going to always remember that for a whole lot of years to come.
Yeah, I would say the regular season game last year against Germantown. You know, we were going back and forth the whole time, and they hadn't beaten us at all before that. And it came down to a game-winning field goal, and I remember being a junior, and that was the first special teams unit I got put on. That was when I got out in the field first time. And I remember going out there and the energy being so electric, and you can like feel it in your bones, and everybody around you was just hyping you up, and going out there and being a part of that unit that kicked the field goal to win the game. You know, I'm never gonna forget that.
Sure. All right, this is the last question for you. This is what I call kind of like the 2-minute drill, like rapid fire, all right? So I got 10 questions for you, and it's kind of like don't deep think about it, just kind of first thing that comes to your mind. All right, here we go. So here's the first one. Winter or summer?
Summer.
Sweet tea or soft drink?
Sweet tea.
Cane's or Zaxby's?
Cane's.
What's your favorite home-cooked meal?
My grandmother makes an amazing breakfast casserole.
Okay. What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
What's your favorite gas station snack?
Sunflower seeds.
Who's the funniest player on the team?
Can I say me?
Sure.
All right, me.
Eli Bowen. Who's the smartest player on the team?
Weston Rogers.
Everybody says Weston Rogers.
I mean, national merit.
Favorite inspirational quote or Bible verse?
Philippians 4, 6, and 7.
All right, what's that say?
Do not be anxious about anything, but through everything with prayer and supplication and thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus.
Awesome. Last one. What's one thing you want people to say about Eli Bowen when you've graduated and moved on from MC?
You know, that he glorified God in everything that he did, and he led people to Jesus.
Love it. Thank you, Eli, for joining us. Up next, we'll head back to the field for opening kickoff of tonight's game between Madison Central and Clinton. But first, a timeout here on the MC Big Blue Network and WOAD.
At Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery Associates, we're your go-to experts for all your family's oral and maxillofacial needs. From dental implants to wisdom teeth removal, corrective jaw surgery, and oral pathology, count on us to diagnose and treat facial pain and injuries, helping you achieve and maintain a beautiful, healthy smile. Visit us to begin your journey towards optimal oral health and well-being.